Smoke oozing out from chimneys like this is a common scene here in Mabanda Douala, a neighborhood where industries are localized side-by-side habitations. Canaldo English went down to investigate the phenomenon of air pollution in this neighborhood. At the backyard of this wood processing company, smoke can be seen oozing out with little children here breathing unconsciously. The people who live here say the presence of the company in the heart of the neighborhood is a menace to their health.
The air these people are giving us is not good for us, but we don't know. Because when the air comes out, boom, like gun, boom, you see air, about 10 or 15 minutes, the air is finished, the thing lost it. So the air that comes, that's spread out, we don't know the type of air.
Some of the health hazard that is really common around. We have issues like cough. People always, you find people always coughing all the time. All the time they are taking drugs because the company releases gases, and since it deals with wood, the transformation of raw material, so the smells that comes from those wood are released directly to the population.
Noise is equally a major problem.
The noise that it produces, because it's a very big company, and the noise that it produces, it is round the clock, yeah, from 6 to 6. So people are restless with the noise. You can't read well, you can't sleep well.
During the rainy season, we are told residues from the company fall on zincs, thereby contaminating rainwater, which some people depend on.
The smoke will used to come out from there. It affect all the zinc them where they around here plenty. It make way for the season people not feel use water again, even for wash clothes. But due to the economic hardship, some people not afford money for go buy water. They still use them, and when they use them, they get sick. Then
the people here equally regret the company has completely abandoned its corporate social responsibility.
And the company too, you need to provide even drink potable water for the people. The people will turn up, so even for night, like no light need be here. They need even give light where light go even shine around the environment. Make people even know the pothole they work at it. They need to do them. So the company, really true, if government fee move this company, go for industrial zone, it will be better.
When we approached the company to get their own side of the story, we were outrightly denied access into their premises. Experts pick holes with the localization of companies in Douala.
When people are living close to companies, there is certainly a health impact, because under normal circumstances, some companies are supposed to be located far away from the people. But in the case like in this Bonaberi industrial zone, where we see people sharing borders, their houses are just sharing boundary with the company, you have to expect all sorts of health hazard.
Our investigation equally led us where 3 major cement companies are located in one area. Experts find everything wrong with this.
This area around the Bonaberi Bridge, we have about 3 cement factories located in the same environment. Even if those companies, they have high throughput, state-of-the-art equipment to prevent air pollution, the combined effect of the 3 companies will have an impact on the health of the people.
Health practitioners have identified 2 types of air pollution, indoor and outdoor, both constituting a health problem.
Indoor air pollutions are actually the pollutants or agents which we actually inhale while being at our domestic area or our home. We usually find these in women who live in rural areas or even in cities who use wood and different other utensils to cook their food. Normally, this generates actually some smoke which contains air pollutants. By a study that was carried out by one of my eminent teachers, Professor Mbachu, on the effects of cooking fuel smoke on respiratory functions and symptoms in semi-rural women, he actually discovered in this is research study that 7.6% of women in rural areas had chronic bronchitis.
There's equally outdoor pollution.
In outdoor air pollution, we will have industries who actually emit their waste products. They emit their waste products either by smoke or dumping them somewhere. And we all know that most agents have different states. They have physical states that can either be liquid or that can either be air. So by these industries emitting all these pollutants, we shall therefore see that these pollutants may easily find themselves into the atmosphere.
Smoking equally forms a reasonable part of air pollution.
Smokers don't actually care about the second-hand smokers. They think that smoking is only detrimental to themselves, but it's not only detrimental to themselves, it's detrimental to those who don't smoke and who are around them, which we call the second-hand smokers. And we know the constituents of cigarette or the smoke that it's emitted from cigarette. There are so many things there. We have aldehydes, we have hydrocarbons, we have arsenic, we have plon. If you see the list is so long. And we all know that these pollutants actually have devastatory effects on our respiratory system. They can cause allergic reactions, they can give asthma, they can give chronic obstructive pulmonary diseases.
And today, there is a surge in respiratory diseases.
We have noticed that there is an increased prevalence and incidence of those who are coming in for respiratory tract diseases. And as I said earlier, the respiratory tract diseases are not only those concerning the lungs, but you notice many people now having cough and catarrh more frequently than before.
Every year, approximately 7 million people die prematurely due to air pollution. As the world commemorates World Environment Day this June 5th, 2019, individuals, governments, industries have been encouraged to explore greener sources of energy, which will help improve the quality of air in cities and regions around the world.